Hi kids! It's the best day of the week, Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We hope that your first few days back at school have been awesome. Well, school at home that is. And that you've been good for your parents and doing your work. Yeah? Good. Rollo, what has been the best part of your week? Barking at the neighbours is fun. Yep, sure. What about you guys? What's been the best part of your week? Yeah? Cool, that sounds awesome. Well, we are back for week 4 of SwitchKids Online with Mindy and Rollo. And today we've got another fun craft for you. And part 3 of our story about Joseph. So, why don't we get into it? Let's do it. Craft coming up now. So it is time for Crafts with Mindy. So much fun. So excited for this craft today. We're going to make a helping hand circle. So what you need first is to find some paper. Whatever you got, different colours if you've got different colours. I've got some orange and green, a bit of white. And you'll need scissors and glue. So you can use a glue stick if you've got a glue stick, whatever works. And you'll need a pen or a pencil so you can draw. Go find those things, press pause if you need to, and I'll tell you what we're going to do next. Right, so now you've got your bits and pieces. What we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of paper, or a little bit, if you've got some like card or something a little bit thicker would be ideal too, and you're going to draw a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect, whatever you can do. Like so. Mine is not a perfect circle, and that's okay. Then you're going to cut out your circle. Some scissors. Remember to always keep your fingers away from your scissors. Cut out the circle. Good to go. Part 1, done. Cool, so now you've got your circle ready. You're going to put that down to the side. You're going to take another piece of paper. You're going to put it down. You're going to put your hand on your paper. You're going to draw around your hand with your pen or your pencil. Try not to draw on your hand like I just did. And whoop, make my finger a bit pointy. Around. And you're going to join it at the bottom. And like that. And now you're going to cut this out. You're going to do this about 6 times, okay? So you can pick different colours or the same colour, up to you, whatever you want to do. You're going to cut each hand out, and then we're going to put it together, the next part. Okay, press pause if you need to. Cut out your hands, and then I'll tell you what we do after that. All my hands done, 6 of them, ready to go. Next part is you take a circle. What you're going to do is you are going to stick your hands around the circle in a pattern, kind of like this. In whatever order you want to do, I might do a pattern. And white. Mine are a bit big, yours will probably fit a bit better. Got too many fingers. And that. Move them out a bit so you can see the orange. A bit in the middle. And you're going to take your glue and you're going to stick them down. I recommend using a glue stick. I don't have a glue stick, so I'm working with my craft glue. And you're going to stick them around the edge. Now they don't need to go right to the middle, just around the edge of your circle. If you do them in order, they won't get confused, mixed. You can either glue the bottom of your little hand, just don't glue too much or it'll stick to your table, or you can glue it on your circle, whatever works. And the last one. Done. Okay. So you want it to kind of look like that. So press pause if you need to. Stick your hands down around your circle, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do for the next part. Cool. So now you've got your hands all stuck down, we're going to do the last part. The last part is simple. What we're going to do is we're going to write on our little hands ways that we can be helpful around the house. So I've got things like help with the dishes, or might put my things away. So what you got to do is think of something for each hand, write it in the middle, so you've got something on every single hand. I'm going to finish mine off. You work on yours, press pause if you need to. Let's get writing. Done! We have made our helpful hand circles. Most important part, and the last thing we're going to do, is put it somewhere we can see it. It might be on the wall, like this, or on your fridge, wherever you can see it each day, so you can pick something to do to be helpful, to help Mum and Dad around the house. I think it looks pretty cool.
It's time for a Bible story.
The Story of Joseph, Part 3.
Do you need another refresher to get you caught up to speed on what happened last time?
Nah, man, I got this. Check it out. I'm gonna do a rapid-fire recap. Ready, go. Joseph had 11 brothers, and they were jerks. And then he had some dreams where everything was bowing down to him, and his brothers threw him in a pit and sold him into slavery, and then he worked for Potiphar, and then Potiphar's wife was a big jerkface and lied about him and threw him into jail. Boom.
Wow, that was actually pretty impressive. And yes, that's exactly where our story picks up. Joseph was wrongfully accused and thrown into jail, but it wasn't just a regular jail. This was a prison where all of the king's prisoners were sent, so it was extra secure. There is no way anyone was getting out of this place.
Yeesh. So I guess that's about it for old Joseph, huh? Well, it was fun while it lasted. The end.
No way, man. This is totally not the end of the story. Even though it looked like his situation was getting worse, the Lord gave Joseph great favor with everyone around him. The guards liked Joseph so much that they let him help out around the prison. They didn't even lock him up.
Whoa, that's crazy. So that's what you mean when you were saying that through this whole deal, the Lord was with him?
You bet. Because Joseph had a great attitude, was respectful, and cared about other people, his time spent in prison wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. In fact, Joseph was so good at noticing people around him and going out of his way to care about them that one day, something happened that would change his life big time.
Oh yeah, you said last time there was this big thing coming up. Is this it?
Yep.
And you're not gonna get me with another to be continued, are you?
Well, I'll let you know next time. To be continued.
Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I was just joking. We're not done yet.
Whew, thank goodness. Really got me good there. So what happened?
Since this prison was where all of the king's prisoners were sent, there were two men that used to work directly for the Pharaoh. One was a baker, the other was a cupbearer.
Wait, a cup bearer? His job was to put bears in cups? That sounds hard. You gotta either have some big old cups or some tiny bears.
No, he wasn't a bear cupper, he was a cup bearer. That meant that he would serve drinks to the Pharaoh in a cup.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. So these guys were in jail, huh?
Yep. Since Joseph was in charge of the prison, the guards assigned these two guys to him. Then, one night, both the baker and the cupbearer each had some pretty strange dreams.
Oh boy, here we go again with the dreams. Oh, speaking of dreams, last night I had this crazy dream where my ears turned into chili dogs.
No! I don't want to hear any more about your crazy dreams. We're talking about their dreams. The next day, Joseph could tell that something was bothering them. Both the cupbearer and the baker looked like they didn't sleep very well and were all stressed out.
Well, I mean, they are in prison, not exactly a stress-free environment.
Yeah, but this was different. Joseph was very good at noticing people around him and caring about them. So he asked them what was bothering them. They told him that they had some very strange dreams, but didn't know what they meant.
I know what my dream meant, that I shouldn't eat chili cheese dogs right before I go to sleep.
Well, that's true. But when Joseph heard that they were troubled by their dreams, he thought of something. Back home, God helped Joseph understand what his dreams meant, so he offered to help interpret the dreams of the baker and the cupbearer.
Hey, look at that! Joseph's in jail. These guys go there too. Joseph can interpret dreams. These guys have dreams that need to be interpreted. You weren't kidding about God having a plan for Joseph's life, huh?
Exactly. The cupbearer and the baker both told Joseph what their dreams were. and God revealed to Joseph what those dreams meant. The cupbearer's dream was about a vine and 3 branches that sprouted grapes, and he squeezed those grapes into the Pharaoh's cup. Joseph told him what that meant, that in 3 days he would be released and would go back to his job serving drinks to the Pharaoh.
Good for him. That's awesome. So what about the baker's dream?
In the baker's dream, there were 3 baskets of bread sitting on top of his head. A bunch of birds flew up and started eating out of one of them. Unfortunately, Joseph told him that this meant that in 3 days, the Pharaoh would have him killed.
Yikes. Classic case of the old good news, bad news, huh? Did those things come true?
They sure did. 3 days later, the cupbearer was restored back to his job, and the baker was, well, let's just say he sleeps with the fishes.
What? Gross. Why would you sleep in a pile of fish? Ugh, that would smell terrible.
No, like, he took a dirt nap.
Wait, now he's sleeping in the dirt? I mean, that's better than a pile of fish, but still, just sleep in a bed, dude.
No, he died.
Oh, gotcha. Took a double dip out of the old cosmic cookie jar, huh?
Yeah, that's not a phrase. Never mind.
So what happened next? Those guys just left and Joseph stayed in jail?
Not exactly. Before the cupbearer left, Joseph asked him to tell the Pharaoh about his situation, that he was wrongfully accused of something that he didn't do and thrown into jail.
Oh, awesome. This is his chance to get set free. Did the cupbearer remember to tell the Pharaoh about him?
No. He forgot.
What? You gotta be joking me. So Joseph just stays in prison? Bummer.
He did for a while, but not forever. 2 years after the cupbearer was released, something happened with Pharaoh. He had some strange dreams and didn't know what they meant. It really bothered him.
Hey, this sounds familiar. Someone had a strange dream that needs to be interpreted? Who you gonna call? Dream Buster!
The Pharaoh got all of his wise men, sages, and the magicians together and told them to interpret the dream, but none of them knew what it meant. Then, all of a sudden, the cupbearer remembered that Joseph can interpret dreams.
Yes, it's about time you remember about him. Tell the Pharaoh. Tell the Pharaoh!
That's exactly what he did. Pharaoh called for Joseph to be brought before him and explained what the dreams were. In one dream, there were 7 fat, healthy cows standing by the Nile River. Then 7 skinny, ugly cows came out of the river and ate up the fat cows.
Hold on. Why are you giving me all the grief for my dreams? That was the weirdest dream I've ever heard.
The Pharaoh also dreamed that there was a stalk of wheat with 7 healthy heads of grain. Then 7 other heads of grain sprouted that were thin and sun-scorched, and they swallowed up the healthy grains.
Whoa, talk about weird dreams. Joseph's really got his work cut out for him, huh? What in the world did those mean?
God revealed to Joseph what the dreams meant, and he told Pharaoh everything. He said that there would be 7 years of plenty in the land of Egypt, with more than enough food for everyone. But after that, there would be 7 years of famine where there would be nothing to eat.
Whoa, that's pretty serious. So, what did Pharaoh do?
He was so relieved to know what the dreams meant. He was also so glad to know that the famine was coming in 7 years so everyone could start preparing and storing up food.
Awesome! But wait, what happened to Joseph? Please don't tell me he goes back to jail. If he goes back to jail, I'm just gonna start swinging.
No, he didn't go back to jail. The Pharaoh was so impressed with Joseph that he gave him a job. Pharaoh made Joseph second in command over all of Egypt.
What? Seriously? The big number 2? Second in command? That is awesome!
Yeah, man. The only person in the entire country with more power than Joseph was Pharaoh himself.
Man, that is pretty incredible. You were totally right about God having big plans for Joseph's life. Doesn't get much bigger than that.
No kidding. Joseph's life was totally changed. And it probably wouldn't have happened like that if he didn't notice the people around him back when he was in jail. And something else was about to happen that nobody expected.
Nice try. I see you coming a mile away. You're about to do another to be continued, aren't you?
I sure am. Bam!
Yep, I called it. Totally called it.
Joseph saw how he could help others. Even though things weren't so great for him, he chose to be kind and caring and to see how he could be helpful. And we can do the same. So our challenge to you is simple. All you got to do is take your helpful hand circle and pick a hand, something you can do to be helpful. Today it might be that you help Mum make lunch. Or tomorrow it might be that you tidy your toys that are all over the lounge. There's lots of ways we can be helpful. Well, that's it from us today for another week. But we're praying for you that this week you work hard on your schoolwork and that you're kind to your family. Remember, if you're part of our SwitchKids family, 11:15, Zoom group parties, we'll see you there. Otherwise, Adios, amigos. Adios. You gonna say bye, Rollo? Say bye.